So now we're going to introduce to you our keynote speaker for this evening. So ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Sicati is a certified professional coach, keynote speaker and trainer, and president of Human Factor Formula Inc. In fact, he and I had a chance to do a presentation for Disrupt HR just last year. That was amazing. He started his company in 2008 with a simple desire to help people create positive, meaningful, and lasting change in their lives. 11 years later, he has shared his transformational message with tens of thousands of people around the world. He is passionate about leadership and is focused on helping people to achieve their goals and become the best version of themselves in the process. Kevin provided targeted, engaging, and inspiring programs from compelling keynotes to customized, immersive leadership retreats and classroom training to world-class one-to-one coaching to help bring out the best in his clients. Kevin helps clients to decipher the human operating system in order to understand at a deeper level how we think, see, and respond to the world around us. Having the level of understanding provides an unprecedented ability to influence their teams and create an environment that is designed to operate the way we're designed to operate, leading to increased engagement, higher productivity, and greater overall success. His work has been praised as being on the cutting edge of personal growth and professional development. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the stage, Kevin Sicati.
You know, I've had some tough acts to follow in my day. I have the privilege of speaking around the world. I get to work with amazing speakers. I'm gonna go up here so I can see everybody. But I'm just gonna say right now, that's the toughest thing I've ever had to follow. You're amazing, you're all heart. You're all heart. I don't know what else I can say to you guys after that. But I'm gonna say something anyways, because I was asked to. What difference can one person make? What difference can I make? How many of you have asked yourself that question? My hand's up. Yeah. It's a profound human question that we ask over and over. Does it matter that I'm here? How can I make a difference? How can I create impact in the world? We're seeing that in this room tonight. This is phenomenal. And you know, just, I have to, you know, come clean. I just met Kirk Allaire like 6 weeks ago. A mutual friend made an introduction, said, I think I have a guy that you might want to have speak at your upcoming event. And Kirk said, sure, I'll talk to the guy. So I met him at Code Coffee, which I think is his favorite place to be. And it was great. We sat down and talked, and the first thing that hit me, the very first thing was, man, this guy has passion, right? I mean, look around this room. Passion is what created this. You don't do this on a, well, I think I'd like to do something, right? This is passion. I also found out that, you know, he's from Boston, and I'm a Yankee fan, so we had that little discussion too. And then I asked myself, how the hell do I not know this guy? I mean, you know, Reno, it's not 6 degrees of separation, it's 2, right? And it's 1 if you know Johnny Skowronek. Because he knows, dude knows everybody. But I look around this room and it's like, I mean, I know a lot of people. I know a lot of you out here. And a lot of you, I know about you. We hadn't met, but I know who you are. I know what you stand for. And I gotta say, you know, I speak all over the world, but I'm a little bit intimidated up here. Because there's a number of people in this room who could stand up here and do a better job than me. But I'm still gonna keep going. And you know, we ask ourselves that question. Does it make a difference that I'm here? Does it matter? Would anybody miss me if I was gone? How much impact can one person have? And we've heard throughout this evening stories of true impact, starting with the smallest things. And so I want to share just a quick little story with you about impact and about what one person can do. So Osceola McCarty was a poor cleaning woman. She grew up in wretched poverty in Mississippi. She left school in the 5th grade because her family needed her to help support them. So she got a job doing laundry, cleaning. And that was her job. That was what she did. And she never left her home except to go to the homes of these people whose homes she cleaned and did laundry, etc. And I'm just going to move this down just a little bit. So she never got married. She never had any children of her own. At 87, she said to her best friend, you know, I'm still holding out for the right guy. And I thought, you know, I like that. She's an optimist. And she did live to be 91. She did not get married, but she lived to be 91. And when she died, by the time she had died, she had been celebrated by world leaders, by business leaders across the United States. She had even been given an honorary doctorate from Harvard University, a woman with a 5th grade education. Now, what in the world did this woman do in the last 4 years of her life to create that kind of impact? Well, we have to go back to go forward. Osceola, you know, she had a very simple life. She was not a very educated woman, but she knew enough that the money that she was making, she wanted to save it. So she would take those nickels, dimes, quarters, dollars that she made from washing people's laundry, and she would go to the bank every day and make her small daily deposits. And one day when she was 87 years old, she walked into the bank. The teller greeted her, "Hello, Osceola, how are you today?" And she said, "Hello, I'm fine, how are you?" And he said, "I'm fine, thank you." And he asked her this question. He said, "Osceola, do you have any idea how much money you have accumulated in all these years of making these small daily deposits?" And she said, "No, I don't. Why don't you tell me?" And he said, "Osceola, you have accumulated $250,000. Now again, Osceola was a very simple woman. She didn't really understand that. She didn't know how much money that was. And he asked her, what would you like to do with this money? Because at 87 years old, that's probably something you should be thinking about, right? What do you want to do with this money? What's going to happen to all this when you're gone? No, you know, real family of her own, no husband, no children, no grandchildren. And she said, "I don't know, will you help me?" And he said, "Absolutely." So he laid out 10 coins on the counter. And he said, "Osceola, these 10 coins represent all of your money. What would you like me to do with it?" And she said, "You know, that first coin, take that and give it to the church, because they've been so very good to me, and they've been such a source of support throughout my life. The next 3 coins, please give those to my nieces and nephews and cousins, because I love them all so very much. And those last 6 coins, let me think about what I really want to do." Well, fast forward a few months later, a handwritten letter arrives at the University of Southern Mississippi in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. For those of you who are football fans, Brett Favre's alma mater. And it was a handwritten letter and a check for $150,000. And the letter simply said this: "I want you to create a scholarship fund for African American children who still know how to dream, who want to be leaders, who want to be great." And that's exactly what they did. Now, this is before the internet, right? But this went viral. And Ted Turner, founder of CNN, former CEO of Time Warner, etc., when he heard about what this woman had done, he said, "If this poor cleaning woman can give this much money from her poverty, I can certainly give $1 billion. And that's exactly what he did. And over the course of the next 4 years, it created a movement that's still going today. One woman, small daily deposits. We heard about that from Kirk, didn't we? See, that was the thing that struck me when I sat with him. He laid out this model, and it was so simple yet profound. How can pennies make a difference? How can one person make a difference? Kirk Allaire asked that question. And you know what he did next? He enrolled all of you in it, right? See, that's the thing. We can all make an impact. We can all have an impact, but we multiply that through community. I look around this room. When we met for coffee, and I go, so tell me about this event that you're going to do, and you want me to speak at it. And you know, I'm interested because I love Reno. I mean, I've lived here 45 years. I love this community. I love everything about it. I tell people, I'm actually proud to say I'm from Reno now because of all the stuff that's going on here, right? Because there was just, let's just say there was a little bit of time in there where I was like, yeah, I'm from near Lake Tahoe, kind of in that vicinity. But it's like, no, I'm from Reno. Yeah, that's right. There's a lot going on here. And I just thought, man, I like what this guy has to say. I like what he's doing. It's simple, but it creates real impact. And the best part was, he said, you know, I really want to do this local community. That's what I want to do. I want to keep it local. He told me the same story he told tonight about the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Hey, great organization, right? They do amazing work. But he said, I want to move the needle. I want to move the needle. And he knew he couldn't do it alone. And he created this incredible event. And I asked him, how many people are going to be there? He goes, oh, please, I hope 100. Yeah, look around. This is unbelievable. This is spectacular. And this is why, you know, all that other stuff about Reno, it's great that we have, you know, businesses booming and things are great. And we've got the Aces and we've got the downtown and midtown and all this stuff happening. But this is what makes Reno great. What's in this room is what makes Reno great. See, here's the thing. What's in here is not common. Do you guys know that? This is yes, this is no. This is not common, okay? We live in a world of what's in it for me. You ever been there? I've been there. I've lived there. I've spent a lot of time there. Thankfully, you know, I've moved on to how can I contribute, right? That's the question we all want to ask. That's the question that everybody in this room has been asking. That's why you signed up. How can I contribute? How can I make a difference? And here's the thing that I want you to understand. You're all selfish. You know that, right? Yeah, me too. I mean, our primary objective is what? What's the primary objective of a human being? To what? To survive. Yeah. So we're wired to be selfish. We're wired to be self-centered. That's how we protect ourselves. And only through an expansion of our consciousness, our awareness, our understanding of other human beings do we start to step out of that. Usually, you know, it's well after the teenage years. For those of you who have teenagers, me too. Yeah, what's in it for me is kind of like my son's middle name. And that's okay, he's a good kid. But that's how he operates, right? But that's the mainstream of humanity that we see today. What's in it for me? When you start to ask, how can I contribute? Let me tell you something. That's the most selfish thing you can do. You know why? Because contribution changes you. And it doesn't just change you. The beauty of what we do and what we're doing here and what Kirk has built and we've all signed up for is that contribution changes the person who receives. We heard that tonight. We heard that tonight in a profound way. Contribution changes the person who receives because they have a glimpse for maybe the first time in their lives. Oh my God, other people really care. There are people in this world who care, who want to help me. Some guy who lives in Reno, Nevada, who's suffering and struggling. And there are police departments in Essex who will write a check in pounds and send it. That's amazing. So it changes the receiver. It changes the community because it bonds us together with a unique bond. Because you know what? Here's the thing. At the end of the day, as selfish as we can be as human beings, what we want even more is to belong to something that's bigger than us. GratisGives is bigger than all of us. It's bigger than Kirk Allaire. He's the founder. He's the engine that started this thing. He's the driving force. It's bigger than everybody in this room. And we all know, let's face it, we all know that this is going to continue to grow, yes? right? If this is 8 months, wow. What are we going to see in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? How many people are going to be standing up here telling their stories of how their lives have been profoundly changed because of GratisGives and all of you? Somebody at your door. I know that sound. And here's the thing, at the end of the day, it doesn't just change the receiver, it doesn't just change the community, it changes you. Because the opportunity that everyone in this room has been given and has accepted is answering the call. What can I do to contribute? How can I give? You know, one of my beliefs, it's been a belief for a long time. I spent 25 years working in the corporate world, and then about 11 years ago I started this business. And I got a real taste of what that's like. I knew business, I didn't know entrepreneurship. Anybody ever been there? Yeah. If there's 3 things in this world that will bring all of your problems front and center: starting a new relationship, right? Getting a promotion in your current job, or starting a business. I've never seen any, actually let's add becoming a parent. So that's 4. Those things all bring every fear, frustration, challenge you've ever felt right here front and center. And so we have to challenge ourselves and push ourselves to step beyond that. And here's the amazing thing. When we harness our resources, that's where we grow. It's not comfortable. You know, I'd love to stand up here and say being an entrepreneur has been the best 11 years of my life. It has. It's also brought me to my knees. And I wouldn't trade it for anything, because I'm making an impact. What you guys are doing here, you know, we're all in business. We have the nonprofits here, but most of the people in this room are in business. You're part of the contribution. But here's the thing, if you're just in business to make money, you may do okay, but you will never create sustainability. You will never create something that's bigger than just profit. And what we've seen here, what we've heard about here, and what we see, this groundswell of this movement, it really is a movement, this is changing lives. And that's what we all want to do. It multiplies our impact because we come together in community. We get beyond our own selfish needs and desires, and we ask, how can I make a difference? How can I contribute? And business, I think, is one of the greatest spiritual vehicles on the planet. Not because of religion or doctrine or dogma or any of that, but because business has the power to bring together resources, people, and communities like nothing else, and then focus them like a laser on doing good. See, I believe that business can be good and do good. How many of you are with me? Yeah, it's why you're here, right? You better be saying that, because I'll have Kirk talk to you. Business can be good and do good. Giving, contribution is the most selfish thing you can do, and amen for it, because it changes your heart. That's why we're here. This community, I'm so proud of Reno. I'm so proud to be standing here tonight. I'm honored, and I'm a little bit intimidated, but I'm beyond belief that I'm here sharing this message with you, because what you guys do inspires me. That's supposed to be my job, but you inspire me. See, here's one of my core beliefs. At the end of the day, what you give will always come back to you. What you keep, you'll lose forever. Right? What you give will always come back to you. What you keep, you will lose forever. Thank you. And so, that's what we're here for. We're here to give. We're here to give from our abundance. We're here to give. What was the one? It was one that gave one company that gave $17. They gave from their means, right? From what they were capable of doing. But you put that $17 with the $1,700, with the $400, with the $8,000, I mean, it multiplies the community, it multiplies the impact. That's what we're here for. What can one person do? A lot. What can a community do? Everything. I'm going to leave you with this thought. One of my favorite quotes from a woman named Margaret Mead. And she said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed people can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has." Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time tonight. I appreciate you all. GratisGives, Kirk Allaire, Andy, you guys, amazing. Thank you.